Saturday. How does that make you feel?
Makes me feel honored. I feel like I've come in and worked my way up and earned some respect amongst the players.
How does it feel to know that in a close game, the coaches trust you to go in and play at the left tackle spot?
It feels good, honestly. It feels like I have earned it, and I've, earned their trust, and I'm actually working in the right direction towards, competing for that starting spot.
What do you feel like you did well on Saturday, and what do you feel like you need to do better?
I felt like I competed well. I actually graded well on my technique. I graded now at 80, and I feel like I could just calm down, a little bit more poised going into the game because I was a little kind of hyper excited. But now I'm kind of calmed down. I've been in there before, so now I can go in with a little bit more control.
Is there one guy in that offensive line room who's been kind of a mentor for you since you've been at Clemson?
Definitely Jay and a little bit Mitch, because Mitch helps me with the position and kind of like going through, because he went through the same thing, the pressures of playing as a freshman, and Jay's kind of an older guy, so he's been through all the struggles I'm going through now. So those two definitely.
Have you been doing much cross training at all with Coach Boswell, other positions?
I've done a little bit of right tackle as well as left, but very little.
When you had your commitment ceremony at the school last, I guess, winter or spring after the fall, could you envision playing this early, or was that your goal all along? I want to get there early and do it.
Well, yes. The reason for coming in early was to get acclimated to school and living this lifestyle, and just to get ahead in football-wise, so I can get in a good position where I could come in and compete if I had the chance, and work to get to a point where I'm comfortable with the plays. So if in fact they do need me, I'm be ready.
How much has your dad helped through all this?
My father, he's actually been a really good help for me, because he's been motivating me, he's been encouraging me when times get tough, and he's been through the whole college experience, so he's been kind of walking me through it. And when things get tough, he's always the one to call first.
What did he tell you about the difference in recruiting now and when he was being recruited?
He told me that they had a lot more freedoms back then. Coaches, they could show up at your house anytime they wanted. A lot less restrictions. Now they played a little bit more cool, and social media has definitely came into play a lot more. So he just told me to be careful and make my decisions wisely.
Speaking of social media, was it hard at all to go through with that self-imposed Twitter ban that Clemson players have decided to do?
Oh no, it was actually fairly easy. I feel like if you don't have to post all day, that kind of takes away from the whole team aspect. You always think about individually posting, I want to do this to post for people to look at me. But when you don't post, you kind of like keep to yourself, very low key, and you can focus on your team more.
When it comes to college life, you're talking about acclimation. What's been the hardest part for you as far as acclimating as a student athlete?
Definitely timing and scheduling, because I'm in a computer science major. I'm taking a calculus 1060 class now, and definitely finding the time to get everything done, because you're, as an athlete, there's a lot demanded on you on the sports side, and then of course you want to get a good degree, so there's a lot demanded on you the academic side. But then you also have your life you have to deal with, your family. So really just making time, like cutting your schedule to know what's important and prioritizing, has really been the toughest thing for me.
What do you learn from watching Mitch play when you're on the sideline?
Looking at Mitch, he's very technical. He plays with a lot of poise. He doesn't think a lot, but when he does think, he reacts very fast. So like he thinks through the situation before he gets in it, and that's something I've been trying to add to my game.
What's your favorite moment from that first-time game on Saturday?
Probably the time when the pocket broke down and Deshaun had to like scramble a little bit, and I held my block for just a second and a half longer, and he threw the touchdown. That was very satisfying.
You feel really natural. You look really natural in this environment, the setting. And do you think that your experience in high school with recruiting and so forth has helped you in that regard?
It has.
For the interview process?
Yeah, it has. I mean, I've always wanted to be a weatherman when I grew up, so talking hasn't really been that big of a deal for me.
Why do you want to be a weatherman?
Well, I mean, well, I enjoyed seeing the weatherman growing up, like in Denver and in Georgia. They were always like really good figureheads, and like they're dressed nice, and people always know who the weatherman is. They respected him, and I always found that nature and science was really interesting, and put those two together. And they say I have a face for TV, and I can't really agree all the time, but I like it. So
I see a new nickname on the horizon for you, the Weatherman.
I don't know about all that, but we'll see. We'll see where it goes.